never had to worry about student loans. If he did, he'd have surely written a lot fewer pieces. And Haydn was definitely isolated for a lot of his career, but he never had to worry about quarantine. Esterhazy never asked him to do that. And Mozart never had to worry about finding the right Zoom link for those lessons with Haydn. Beethoven never had to worry about what it meant to be an artist with artificial intelligence. And we never heard public comments from Schumann on what he thought of equal rights for women. Knowing how his marriage was, that's probably for the best. And Wagner, let's not even go there. At the end of the day, these composers don't really get us. And that is because they are not us. They are from a different time and really a different world. And that is why this is so important. Because we get to hear the music of our time, of our world, of our experiences. We get to interact with it because it is us. Wilma Machover got that nearly 40 years ago. That's why she started this Music of Our Time festival. That's why she did so much for the composers at our school and beyond, partnering with Copeland House and other institutions in the area. In 2001, Wilma Machover unfortunately passed away. However, we were fortunate enough to have Todd Machover, her son, who teaches and runs the media lab at MIT, develop a fund in her name, in her honor. That fund goes to help student composers and a select composer each year to find new opportunities, to develop experiences that they wouldn't otherwise have. This is our second year. Last year, we gave the initial award to Carly Wallace. And Carly's here? Yes, he's here. Carly's here, but not here. So we've been working with Carly to get her to MIT to see the Media Lab and work with Todd Machover. We've been working with different musicians to get her recordings of some of her pieces from professional musicians. That's the kind of stuff we do with this Wilma Machover Creative Development Fund. This year, I am super excited for our new recipient. There's something about being a composer that you have to be like a kid in a candy shop. You just want to grab everything, just want to do everything, want to experience everything. I can absolutely say without a shadow of a doubt that this year's recipient does that, is that, embodies that. Zoe, would you come up here? I'm going to put you on the spot. Zoe, how many pieces did you perform in yesterday for the student composers? 4 different of her colleagues' pieces she performed in. She stayed for, a 4-hour masterclass with the Compose Yourself masterclass, which again, Wilma Machover founded. Where we had 2 incredible professional composers come in. She's constantly involved in the school. She's constantly involved with music, looking for every opportunity to learn, to grow, to experience. So I am super excited to announce that this year's recipient of the Wilma Machover Creative Development Fund is Zoe Verdine. So we'll be working with Zoe and her family to find these kinds of opportunities again, to work with local institutions and beyond to find those things for her. But right now we're going to hear Zoe's piece that she wrote this year called Ripples, which I struggled to not call Ruffles for several weeks, but Ripples. Ripples is a really interesting piece, and it's a very courageous piece for a composer her age, where it's almost like a drop of water drops into a pond, a still pond. And then slowly those ripples break away. And as they hit other things, they break away into their own ripples and own kind of patterns as well. And you're going to hear that with the music as well. It's an incredibly creative piece. So can we have you all come up? And we're going to hear Zoe Verdine's Ripples.
This week, every year, is the time when I get together with Michael Briskin, the executive director of Copeland House, and our executive director, and start to vet composers for our commissioning projects. And we try to make each project unique. We look at our student body and see who might fit well to perform and work with a composer and delve into a piece of music. This year, interesting because we realized that we had 6 senior cellists. Sounds like, you know, like one of those Christmas Carol things. Anyway, we decided that we would do a cello sextet. We talked to Michael. We came up with about 15 composers. We listened to a bunch of them. We narrowed down, and we found Dr. Ke-Chia Chen, and she has been really dynamic and wonderful. She's worked with our students for the last couple of days, and we've really delved into this super cool piece. And I'd like to ask Dr. Chen to come up and talk about the piece a little bit. Please welcome.
Good evening. Thank you for having me tonight. It's a wonderful, beautiful place. This is, I think, my second time up to the Scarsdale. Anyway, I'm honored to be here. This piece was commissioned by Hoff-Barthelson Music School in association with Copeland House for this year's Contemporary Music Festival. I mean, in my whole life, I have not ever heard a senior group of people that will, you know, play a contemporary music. So I was, when Peter talked to me, I was shocked. It's like, oh, I'm gonna write a music for senior people and 6 teenagers and 6 cello. And I start to think, oh my goodness, this is a real lifetime challenge for me. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna ruin my whole reputation? But I start to think carefully every day. I come up with this idea, you know, I wanna write something that the student will have fun time working with each other, because you have a 6 cello, right? It's about communication. It's about communicating with each other. So in the piece that you're about to hear, you're gonna see that. So not only trying to demonstrate their own musical talents, it's also some kind of the friendship and how to work together. Okay, so this piece is called 3 Eastern Episodes. Each episode focuses on an Asian icon that is known to the Asian community. The first episode is called Lucky Cat, and is believed to bring fortune and luck to the owner. I'm sure that when you have experience to go to some Asian restaurant or some event, you're gonna see that cat waving at you saying, come here, right? And it's to believe that it's gonna bring luck to the owner. And second piece is called Sky Lantern. And it symbolizes that sending the wishes and message to God. And I mean, I remember in my home country, Taiwan, that every year or every other year, we're gonna have some festival. People get together at the evening and next to the river, and we're gonna light some lantern, and you can write your little wishes and what you want to communicate with whatever God's out there that you believe, and lighten it and send it up to the sky. So I have, when I composed this second piece, I have that image in my mind. And the final episode, the last piece, is called Dragon Dance. And Dragon Dance is a traditional dance performance that is known to the community as well, and it is often seen in the festival celebration. Before we welcome these wonderful musicians, and I would really like to take this opportunity to thank our festival director, Peter, and also the 6 wonderful, young, talented musicians. I had a really, really great time to work with them yesterday, and I'm grateful to be able to hear them perform my music. Enjoy. enjoy.